AITA for not buying pads for my daughter when she started giving them away in school? This happened a few months ago and was brought up again recently, so I am posting it here to see. What do people in third-person view see this? Me and my daughter, 15, use different pads. Mine the cheaper and thicker ones and hers the expensive, thin and comfortable ones. I would buy for her when she asks. Around 2 to 3 packets a month, which is quite heavy. I was told by her form teacher that she had been wrapping pads in colored papers and giving them to her classmates in school. When I confronted her about it, she admitted that she had started to use menstrual cup and gave pads to her classmates who needed them more. While I am fine with her giving away things out of kindness, note that those pads were quite expensive and I only bought them for her, not her classmates. And certainly not 2 to 3 packets a month that cost us a few meals. I stopped buying pads for her and told her that if she needs she can take my cheap pads, and no more than 3 pieces a day over a week every month. My daughter had been blaming me for being controlling to her private matters. So recently, with the holidays, I told her to get a job if she really wanted to buy the expensive pads she used to like. I won't be bothered whether she uses them herself or give them to her classmates. She threw a temper at me again and my husband said I have been punishing her for months already. It is time to stop. My reasoning is that the pads I use are usable enough. There is no need for expensive ones, especially after knowing she had been giving them away. If she wants them, she can buy them herself. Or she can give away my pads and continue to use her menstrual cup. So AITA? NTA. Her sense of charity is great and to be encouraged. But not the deceit and spending mom's money without her informed consent. NTA. It is awesome that you have taught her to be charitable. Now it's time to teach her that charity isn't done by taking the funds from someone else's money and work. NTA. She admitted she's not even using them. If she wants to keep donating them, then she can buy them also. NTA. A big problem is your daughter not telling you what she was doing. It's fine to give one away when someone needs one. But 3 packs a month is way too much. Knowing the price, I definitely agree she should be the one paying. NTA. Have to try explaining to your daughter that you can't afford to spend that much money on other people. And that she's not just giving away her pads, but she's directly giving away your money, which you could spend on other things. Explain that you went without so that she could have the pads, but you won't give up stuff for someone else. Maybe offer a medium, such as offering a box of the cheap pads or whatever you can afford. Help her write a letter to the school or local government about period poverty. Show that you are willing to engage with her in some way to tackle this problem. But express that unless she's working, she can't give away stuff without taking it away from someone else. That's my advice anyway. NTA. Your daughter and husband are very strange. Asking your daughter to get a job so she can give away her money, basically, is reasonable. NTA. Your daughter said she started using the cup so she no longer used the pads. So there's no reason to buy them. NTA. If my daughter were going through 3 packs a month, I would have taken her to the doctor. You are not responsible for anyone else's needs beyond your daughter. Buy her 1 pack per month and that's it. NTA. But was she giving them away or was she hustling? NTA. You said it costs you a couple meals a month. Listen, her heart is in the right place. Bless her soul for caring so deeply for her classmates who do not have access to necessary items like this. What a wonderful heart you've raised. Less than 3. You are a wonderful mother for raising a daughter who cares so much for her fellow humans. But it is to your family's detriment. You cannot fill the cup of others without making sure your cup doesn't run dry. Maybe sit her down. Let her know how much you appreciate the person she has grown to be. But that to be compassionate, one must also consider all sides. Maybe y'all can figure out a budget. A certain amount to be used to help provide for those in need. But this amount is to be earned, whether by household chores, or babysitting, dog walking, what have you. She needs to also understand the value of $1. If this is an unobtainable goal, maybe she should volunteer at a women's shelter or the like. Provide service as opposed to monetary goods, support. It is a good deed to help those in need. But a fool's errand if it leaves you wanting instead. NTA. You can't be charitable, or have a heart of gold, as some comments say, when you are not the one giving anything up. This wasn't her having a few extra and helping out a friend or two. This was her making her parents buy her extra of something for the sole purpose of giving it away, without their knowledge. The fact op states those extra packets cost them few extra meals shows they don't have the money to be splurging to expensive versions of things just to give them away. The daughter is the in that when faced with the option of herself working for the ability to continue being charitable, she proceeded to throw a tantrum. She's clearly not charitable if she's not willing to actually give something up to keep helping. To me, she's kinda spoiled. Takes from parents without regard to finances to look good. When faced with herself having to give something up to continue it, she pouts and throws tantrums to make mommy and daddy foot the bill for her charitable work. NTA. However, maybe you can channel this into something productive. Isn't as kind of BS if pads aren't available at school? When I was in HS, we could get tampons from the nurse's office. Does her school not have any available? That might be a real problem. Charging for hygiene products at those kiosks is silly. What if they charged for toilet paper? TP is free because men use it too. Feminine products should be offered for free in girls' bathrooms, especially in schools. So maybe you can help her address a larger problem. Can you ask the school about it? Maybe suggest your daughter to do some chores for it, instead of allowance money. It is pads. For a good cause. Just an idea. NTA. Controlling her private matters. Sounds like you aren't stopping her from using the cup. That is the only personal matter she can truthfully say is a personal matter. Or choice. She quit using the pads, so really no need to buy the kind she used. Considering a teacher told you. Sounds like the teacher thought something wasn't right. I can see if she actually used pads and had a few in a purse and a friend got caught without a pad. Giving a friend one. Not furnish a supply of them on your dime. That is your personal business and she needs to stay out of it and respect it. If she ends up needing a pad herself, your supply, you can toss her some. Quit buying the expensive stuff because you don't want to feel you must police her with their use. No need to let her give yours away. I think there is a reason she feels she must hand out pads freely. Buying friendship? Your daughter is lucky that 1. You opted to buy her the more comfortable pads in the first place over more affordable ones that work. And 2. You even offered to give away a few of your own pads per week. Seems like you set a reasonable boundary. I don't see how she's being punished. Her father's view. In any way. NTA. NTA. It's your money and using cheaper, larger, thicker pads would be more inclusive for those with heavier flows. No? Either way, Your daughter was being very generous for helping out other girls by lending them pads. So I think you should be having a lengthy discussion and negotiate with her instead of punishing her. The public education system isn't always there for students when it comes to sex ed, especially when it comes to female anatomy and periods. Maybe you can also raise this issue to the school board and district nurse to be more inclusive. With period supplies? Maybe fundraise with other students and parents regarding buying and preparing period supplies. Stations throughout the schools? I've seen some teachers and nurses on TikTok preparing period supply stations in their own classrooms or throughout the school's female bathrooms. Suggest some inspiration. But seriously, your daughter is growing up in the right direction by trying to give and help others in need, especially because we love seeing women supporting other women. Nah, I understand your frustration, but I'd also ask why your daughter feels like she needs to give pads to her classmates. Can they not afford their own? Do they not have a female or understanding presence at home to purchase them? Are they not available at school for some reason? There is probably more to the story than her just lying to you. She wants to help her friends through a very tough times in their lives. And you want to save money and be rational. It seems to me that there are more conversations to be had about the situation. Nah. Your daughter sounds awesome. I think offering to buy her the cheaper ones to share is a great compromise. Info. Did you ask if the other students actually need the pads? If she's being frivolous, fine, she shouldn't spend your money for that. But if she's giving them to students whose families have financial need or are neglecting their daughter, that's a different scenario. That would warrant providing more of the less expensive or some mid-range product if you can. Nah. Why don't you just buy thin, cheap ones?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.